guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are doing a talk through makeup tutorial, and for this talk through makeup tutorial it is all surrounded around graduation. Now I haven't done a talk through video in quite some time, and because of that, or why that is because I got like a lot of negative feedback on the last talk through video that I did. Plus, I personally don't like to sit through 43 minutes, which I know this video will be extremely long, but I tried to include every single thing I felt like you guys needed to know, because I know a lot of you guys don't really get all of the information when I'm doing like a talk through or like a video that's been fast forwarded and everything like that. So I hope this video is something that, you don't even have to wear this for graduation, but if you are graduating from high school or even college or whatever it may be, and you want a full face of makeup that's going to look put together but not look too over the top, I think this look would work for you. So whether you're just going to follow along with this video just because you want to learn a little different couple of techniques, or you want to, learn something new, I hope this helps you. I hope you can sit at your table or vanity with your phone or your laptop or your tablet and follow along and understand everything that I'm saying. If you don't get something, or you can't understand something, or you just can't get it, leave me a comment and I will try to answer it as best as I can. Like, I try to give you guys as much feedback and as much information as I personally know, because I don't like to withhold anything from you guys, because this shit ain't special, Also, if you think any part of this video is something that you do not personally prefer or like to do, please don't comment in my comment section and tell me like, I want to put so much highlight for graduation. I don't care. You adjust this video to your liking. So if you personally don't like how much highlighter I put on my face, or if you don't like how bold I did my brows, take what I'm saying and interpret it in your own way. So put your own spin on it, you know what I mean? I learned this from another YouTuber once upon a time in my career, you know what I mean? And I just tweaked it to my liking, and eventually I started putting my own spin and my own style on it. So that is what I want for you guys. I want you guys to take the information and the tools that I'm giving you, I'm sorry, I'm really stuffy, that I'm giving you, and to put your own spin on it and make it your own. So all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For those of you guys that aren't watching this video, because it is a talk through video and it is really long, I'm sorry you guys are missing this video, even though you wanted to see this part, but I will be back with my regular tutorials for those that are a little bit more advanced, but this is a little bit more for like beginners and people that, want to learn some other things. So it's pretty much a sparkly gold eye with some lashes, which are optional, and a nude glossy lip. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved how it turned out, and I will see you guys in my next one. Mwah. Bye! Hey guys, so the first thing that we want to do is start with our brows. Now when I'm doing something that's kind of graduation-y, I want to look all put together and flawless, but not too over the top, you know what I mean? I want to look just polished enough. So I am going to use my Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo in Deep Brown. It just looks like this, and one end has a little like sponge on it. I don't really know what it's for, but the other end actually does have the pencil side. So when I'm going for like a natural no makeup brow type of thing, I will use this brow pencil and it'll fill it in perfectly fine. So the first thing you want to do is just spoolie through your brows. If your brows are already naturally full, unlike mine are, you don't really have to worry about doing too much to your brow, just lightly filling it in. But because I have to add like a tail and like kind of like an arch, I go a little bit over and beyond. So I am just going to start by lining the bottom and slowly but surely filling in the brow. So if you'd like your brows to stay just like this, you can leave them right as they are. I personally like to add a little bit extra, so I'm going to fill it in a little bit with my Sigma Brow Powder Duo in dark, and I use this darker side, obviously. And I'm just going to use an angled eyeliner type eyebrow brush and just go over the outer portion and darken it a little bit more, just to kind of intensify it a little bit more, because I find if my brows are really light and my hair is really dark, it just doesn't look good to me. So I try to keep them as cohesive as possible. So I'm just gonna lightly go over these brows. And then once again, just spoolie it all the way through. And I am also going to go in with some concealer just underneath of the brow just to lightly clean it up. And you can use whatever concealer you want. If you want it to be more like a highlight brow bone type of thing, you can use a concealer 1 shade lighter. And I really like 1 to 2 shades lighter. And when I say that not to just say it, but because when I was in high school and I did my makeup, I was using like a concealer that was like 3 to 4 to 5 shades lighter than my skin tone, and I was looking a mess. Like, seriously, you guys, like, it behooves you to use a shade that's not too light, especially being a woman of color, because it can get ghostly and start looking really bad. So after that, I'm going to use that same concealer, which, by the way, was my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. And I'm going to use that to prime both of my eyelids. I like to use a concealer to prime my eyelids just because I just use it for underneath of my brows so it just blends cohesively. And also because, like, right here in this inner crevice, if you guys can see, it kind of is darkened. So, since I, like, arched my brow, because my brow used to come, like, all the way down here, it's become noticeable. So I've just decided to take to concealer. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I'll use like a different type of primer, but 9 times out of 10 when I'm doing my makeup, as a majority of you guys know, I use a concealer because it just works for me. So I'm just gonna prime both of my lids and then just blend it with my finger. So now that I have that sheer base of a concealer slash primer, I'm going to go into these eyeshadows, and I wanted this look to be kind of affordable, but still kind of like high-end, because I know not everyone is strictly a drugstore or affordable type of makeup girl. Everyone has like dabbled in, whether they've like splurged on a foundation or splurged on a concealer or lip gloss or something or another. Like, I just wanted to incorporate a bunch of different types of products in this video. So just to give you an idea, doesn't necessarily mean you have to use all drugstore or all high-end, but whatever you have, use it. For my eyeshadows today, I'm going to use my Coastal Scents eyeshadows. And these Hot Pots are usually about $1 something, but they do have their Hot Pot sales every so often. So it's about 99 cents on that sale. So for this look, for my transition shade, I'm going to go in with this one right here. This is Harvest Brown, and it's just that warm kind of transition shade. So I'm going to use that on a Sigma E35 fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to tap that in there, tap off the excess, and go back and forth and work that right into my upper crease. So this transition shade is going to be that shade right in between your brow bone and your darkest crease color that's going to go in the crease. So it's just going to make those two kind of blend cohesively. So the next eyeshadow I'm going to go in is right here, and this is Deep Rose. As you guys can see, I have those shades that I use all the time, and these 3 are, but I'm going to use Deep Rose right here. It's just this dark, deep chocolate brown, and I'm using the Sigma E25 blending brush to work this into my crease. So I'm just going to swirl that in and tap off the excess, because you don't want to go in with too much, because it's easier to add more as opposed to take away. So start off with a little and work your way up to the most intensity that you would like. So I'm just going to work this out into the outer V. So I start by kind of packing it right out here and then starting to blend that into my crease. And another thing is, you don't want to start blending it all the way in here unless that's where you want it, because that's how it'll get like muddy. So you just want to slowly but surely work these shades into your crease. And I like a really dark crease, so I continue to build on this brown until it's like my desired color. Then I go back in with that previous brush and just blend the 2 shades together. I'm not adding any more product, just using whatever is left on this blending brush and blending the 2 together. So for my lid shade, I wanted to use a Colourpop eyeshadow, and this is in Nillionaire. This is the most stunning, kind of like sparkly, shimmery, like glittery color ever without having like the problem with fallout and glitter. So I'm going to use that with a e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. And e.l.f. you can find at Target, Walmart now, pretty much anywhere, and you can even find them at like your local like Walgreens. So I'm just working this all over the lid for that nice sparkle because it's your graduation, you know? You want to be a little bit glam, but not over glam. Then just go back in with that E25 and blend. Oh wait. So next I'm going to add the slightest bit of eyeliner. I know eyeliner is a task that not a lot of people can kind of work with. So I'm just going to add the tiniest bits as I move my mirror closer. And I'm using a NYX matte liquid eyeliner, which you can find at your local Ulta. Or Target. So I'm going to start where my lashes start and then slowly bring it forward. And then start working it backwards towards the end. And I'm not going to apply a wing. If you are good at wings, by all means apply a wing. But for this video, because I've been doing a lot of wings lately, I'm not going to. For this look, I am going to apply some lashes, and I am using my Huda Beauty lashes. That's how you pronounce it. I'm going to use these lashes. I love doing this because it's just so cool. But anyways, I'm going to use the style Samantha, which is a little bit more natural and flirty and fluffy. But if you want to wear some lashes, I automatically like recommend using the Ardell Demi Wispies because they're the most like natural and easy to work with. So I would recommend you work with those, but I am going to apply mascara, and I'm using my Jordana Best Lashes Dream. I like to apply my mascara before I apply my falsies, just so my lashes are already coated and kind of like lengthened. This mascara you can pick up at Walgreens, and it is amazing. It's amazing. It's really dark, really black, like really lengthens your lashes. And if you have lashes, coat some mascara. Like, I don't think I wore lashes for my high school graduation, but if that's your skilo, go ahead. Okay, you guys, so now that my lashes are on, we're going to start with our face. So the first thing you want to do is prime your skin, and today I'm using my Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Perfector, or priming perfector, something or another. Anyways, I'm going to use this because it's a silicone-based primer, so it really fills in my pores. And I initially focus all of my primer right into my cheek area because that's where my pores are so humongous, and then I just work it out like to the outer perimeter of my face. So please excuse my nasally voice. I got over a sinus infection, and then something came right back, so I am getting sick again. But anyway, so after you work in all of your primer, this is just going to help the longevity of your foundation just stay on a little bit longer and smooth all of those pores and imperfections into your face. So for foundation today, I'm using this foundation I've been loving and really like obsessed with. Let me blow my nose first because this nose is acting up. Okay, so I've been really loving this Urban Decay Naked Skin Ultra Weightless Foundation in the shade 9.72. It's like my perfect skin tone, perfect match. It's an amazing foundation, literally. It feels like nothing going onto the skin, and it's just awesome. You guys know how much I've loved the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Well, I feel the same thing about this foundation, and now that they've expanded the range to fit like more undertones and skin tones of darker skinned women, it's just like, yes, Urban Decay, yes, you know. So My choice of applying foundation and concealer is using a damp beauty blender. I just find that it just blends the foundation out the best, and it doesn't make it really, really cakey because it's also shearing the foundation out. Now, if you wanted a more full coverage foundation, so you have acne or dark spots or something like that, you can use a brush. I would recommend using a brush. That way, you know, it's applying more of the foundation on your skin as opposed to soaking it up like this beauty blender does. So now that I have my foundation everywhere where I want it to be, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Dark Golden. I used to use dark/neutral, but this is a little bit more better suited for my skin tone because it has that golden undertone as opposed to a neutral. So I'm not going to use too much. I'm just going to swipe it right under my eye. When you're using a concealer like this that's a little bit more full coverage, you don't need a ton of this stuff because it goes literally a long way. So what I pretty much did, swipe it under my eyes, put it down on the bridge of my nose, forehead, chin, and cupid's bow. And I hear a lot of you guys telling me you just can't get the highlighting and contouring down. I will try to do a more updated and in-depth video for you guys if that is something that you guys would like. I do have one on my channel, but it's really, really old, and I really look a mess. It's about a year old, so I can do a more updated one as opposed to doing something like this soon, if that's something that you would like. So leave me a comment down below if that's something that you would like to see. So I'm just going to blend that out with the same beauty blender, but I'm using the pointed edge and just start working that around and down. So just down and out. So just like that, and just blend. The Real Techniques also has a Miracle Complexion Sponge, so if you just cannot justify spending 20 bucks on a beauty blender, which I couldn't for the longest, let me tell you guys, go ahead and buy that. It's not the best. It's definitely not a beauty blender. I can definitely tell the difference, which is why I rarely use it, but it's the next best thing. So if you have to, use that. You guys, I used to use those white sponges, you know, those angled white sponges. I used to use those cosmetic sponges to blend out my foundation and concealer when I was in high school. So use whatever you have to. Make it work, girl. Make it work. You know, we're on a high schooler budget. I know some of y'all high schoolers be balling out of control, but I wasn't at that time. So use what you have. I'm going to go ahead and set my face, and I'm going to use my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. This is pretty expensive. It's 25 bucks for a jar. So use a powder, a foundation powder, like CoverGirl, Maybelline, whatever, you know, L'Oreal, whatever. Just use one that's a couple of shades lighter than your skin tone. So if you're cocoa, use something that's like medium / deep or / deep, you know what I mean? Something like that. So to apply that, I'm using this Niki Garrett contouring set that they sent me. You guys know I've been raving about Niki Garrett since I got their contouring powder sent to me a couple years ago. Last year. I love it. I use it all the time. It's still one of my favorite contouring palettes. They sent me this contouring brush set. So it includes an F10, which is the flat contouring brush, which is this one right here. They sent me a mini or a multi-purpose contouring brush, so the F15 that's right here. It can double as contour, highlight, or apply foundation. And then they sent a highlighting brush, which is the F20 that's right here, and that's used for shaping a round face or to highlight the face. So I am going to use the F20. And they sent me this to review, so this is kind of going to be a first impression / review on these brushes also in this video. So if this is not something that you care about, go ahead and skip forward. But I told them that I would like to do it because I loved their contouring powder, so that's what we gonna do. So I'm going to use the F20 brush, and I'm just going to tap off the excess because I am just setting this. I'm not baking, and just pat it under my eyes. It is really fluffy, you guys. It's not like the Sigma tapered highlighting brush where it's a little bit smaller and you can get under the eye a little bit. It's kind of hard to get under the eye. And I am using the edge, so if you can see how it looks, this is it forward. I'm using the side, the tip of it, so I can get like a more smaller section of my face. So now for my forehead, we know how big my forehead is. I can pretty much just use the whole brush and just use that, and then set my chin as well. That's not something that's super duper serious, but set my nose and my chin and There we go. These are synthetic brushes, so it's not like goat hair or anything like that, so it's synthetic. It is soft, but I can still feel like the tip of the bristle, like kind of like poke into my skin. It's not like a really soft, delicate synthetic brush. It's not bad, you know, it's not the worst. It's a good set for your money so far, but I wish it was just a little bit softer of a hair just because it's applying like under my eyes and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and contour my face, and of course I'm using my Niki Garrett contouring palette because this is about $14.77 on Amazon, so it's inexpensive. You get a highlighting powder and you get the contouring powder, and as you can see, I use my contouring powder. So I'm going to use the F10 brush, which is this flat head brush. And get that right in there. And a brush like this will give you that super defined contour line if that is something that you wish for. Grow my cheekbones, yes, yeah. This brush surprisingly feels a lot more softer than that other one, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's a flat head of a brush, like the bristles. I don't know. But it feels a lot softer. And contouring is something that's you don't necessarily need to do, but if you want to add a little bit of shadow to your face and the perimeter of your face, then go ahead and contour your life away, baby girl. I'm going to do under my chin too, because I don't know I'm getting that double chin or whatever. I also like to contour down the bridge of my nose, or the sides of my nose, and for that I am using a Sigma E39 Buff and Blend brush. And I take it right about here. So then I'm going to move on to blush, and I'm using my my Sigma Blush in Cheeky. This is a powder brush, and I'm using the Sigma F55 Dual Fiber brush. And this isn't going to add too much color to my cheeks, but I wanted to add a little bit of color to the, like coral to this look, because I'm wearing like a coral shirt. So it's always nice to match your blush to your shirt if you don't want to do like a matchy, you know, matchy eye, matchy lips, matchy everything, you know what I mean? So I'm going to do that. And then last but not least, to finish this face off with powders and everything else, I am going to use the F15. This is like a baby brush. Like, you can literally throw this in your purse if you want to. And it would also be pretty cool to contour with this brush if you wanted something a little bit more diffused, because it's a little bit thicker. If you wanted something a little bit more diffused and more like, all over the place. So I'm going to use my City Color Cosmetics Highlight Trio to highlight, and I think I am going to use this one today, the more bronzy shade. So let's see how we do. Wow, look at that pigmentation. Wow. We're going to tap off some of it. Y'all know I like a lot, but it's a little too much. And I got this pimple right here, and normally people would tell you, like, don't highlight your face, you don't highlight your imperfections. Hey, we all have them. Highlight your face away. If you have pimples, but you want to glow to the fucking gods, glow to the fucking gods. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, if other people have a fucking problem with it, stick your middle finger up in the air. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? God, it's my fucking face. You know? Like, I'm getting angry for you. Even though I get angry for myself because people tell me all the time. I'm like, bitch, who are you? After I apply that highlight, I'm just going to start blending it a little bit. So it's not like super duper harsh. And then I'll go back in with a duo fiber brush and use that to help blend it as well. So you're glowing, but not too much. So just like when you're walking up to the stage to get your diploma and you turn this way, like, they'll catch the fucking light, but not too much to the point where it's like, you know, like too much for graduation. You know what I mean? Like, it's enough, but not too much. So after that, I'm actually going to use that same shade for my inner corner highlight. And I'm just going to pop that in with this small detailer brush. Okay, so as you can see, your girl got hit. So it happens to everyone. So if something like this were to happen to you, don't freak out. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Like, it'll be okay. So all I'm going to do is let that dry. And while I'm letting that dry, I'm just going to, like, spray my face. If you have, like, if you bunch your eyes really, really tight, I would say to apply the setting spray or setting powder or finishing spray or whatever first before you apply your mascara, because then you'll get like raccoon eyes underneath. So for my setting spray, I'm going to use this Bedescu. It's just a facial spray, and it has aloe, herbs, and rose water. So I like to use this just to kind of refresh my face a little bit, because I used a lot of powder. So this is just going to like get rid of that kind of powdery cast. So I'm going to spray this. Plus it smells good. And this costs about $7. This big bottle costs $7 from Ulta, so I picked up 2. I usually get the small one, which is like half the size, for $5. I'm like, I saw this and I'm like, $5 or $7? Are you kidding me? Thank you. Picking up 2. I'm just gonna take that Q-tip and wipe this off. Go over with that sponge. Get my highlight. I keep dropping everything, seriously, guys. And I'm going to get my highlighting powder and just go right back over the tip of my nose, because I feel like my shine will go. I'm going to finish this look off. I'm just going to apply... To finish this look off, I'm going to apply some lip liner. I'm just going to apply this lip liner by KleanColor in Chestnut. Just because I'm doing a nude lip, I just wanted to do kind of like a nude glossy lip. And with a nude lip, kind of like a lighter nude, you want to use lip liner or eyeliner to kind of ground it. It's kind of hard to do your lips and talk. Rub your lips together so it blends the lip liner out. I'm going to use this Milani lipstick in the shade Teddy Bear. It's like one of my favorite nude lipsticks. I've had it for like years. It's so pretty and so natural. Like, do you see that? That's such a natural lip color. And it's only like, I think Milani lipsticks are like $3 or something. And it's really, really creamy too. So if you want, you can leave your lips just like this and just be done. I'm going to add a gloss. And I'm using this Tarte Lippy Gloss, or glossy lip paint, by called Double Tap. So it's just a light kind of nudish pinkish color. Ooh, it's really minty. Wow, these colors are like perfect for each other. And after that, that completes my look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative and helpful. I know it's going to be very long, but if you bared through this video, give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. And also comment down below, graduation sucks. That way I'll know you made it all the way to the video, because other people are just going to be confused. So if you made it all the way to this end of this video, hashtag graduation sucks in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.